Così fan tutte, the title means All Women Are Like That, was one of 3 operas Mozart wrote with his favourite collaborator, the librettist Lorenzo da Ponte. And unlike the other 2 operas with da Ponte, it has a completely original plot. Nobody knows quite where it comes from, but some believe that it was actually from a court intrigue in the Viennese court that happened at the time. 2 sisters, Dorabella and Fiordiligi, are in love with 2 young men, Ferrando and Guglielmo, who are soldiers, officers in the army. And Guglielmo and Ferrando have a friend, Don Alfonso, a deeply cynical old philosopher who decides to win some money from them by persuading the men that their girlfriends could possibly be unfaithful to them. The men don't believe this could be true, and Don Alfonso sets up a very cynically minded test for the girls' fidelity. The 2 men are to pretend to go off to the wars with a great deal of ceremony and heartbreaking trios to see them on their way, but the moment they're out of sight, they change into Albanian disguises and come back with great flourishing moustaches hiding half their faces to seduce the other's girlfriend. And so Ferrando tries to seduce Fiordiligi and Guglielmo tries to seduce Dorabella. And the first trick they play is to pretend to take poison. Now, Despina, the girl's maid, is in on the story, and she disguises herself as a doctor using magnetism, rather like Mesmer, the great doctor of Vienna, and uses the magnet to remove the poison from the victims. And their dying cries of agony have softened up the hearts of the women so that when they then try a really serious seduction attempt in the garden in the second act, first Dorabella and then Fiordiligi fall victim to the Albanians' charms. And they're just in the process of writing up a marriage contract with Despina again in disguise, this time as a notary, when drums beat, signalling the return of the soldiers from the wars. Of course, the 2 Albanians rush off and come back in their own military uniforms and confront the women with the marriage certificates and tell them what vile betrayers they are. But in the end, it seems that the joke is on all 4, because, of course, they themselves have betrayed themselves by agreeing to go along with Don Alfonso's cynical and misogynistic plot.